Hello everybody, Jackson here with the Well Squad. Today we'll be talking about social media stocks, specifically Snapchat. And Snapchat did not report earnings. That's not why the stock, fell so much in after hours. It simply just relayed some news that the CEO was, having thoughts of, and that's it. He was basically setting forth the expectations for the upcoming earnings report in August on August 10th, which is a while from now. But anyways, let's read more about what he said. So cutting revenue forecasts, slowing hiring, you can see the futures right now are not looking too hot because of this report here, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. But you can see right here, it cut its revenue and profit forecast below the low end of its previous guidance, sending shares as plunging as much as 31%, pushing other social media stocks down. Companies will slow hiring, filling 500 roles. Like many companies, we continue to face rising inflation, interest rates, supply chain shortages, and labor disruptions, platform policy changes, the impact of the war in Ukraine, and more. And this is what he wrote. So this wasn't an earnings report. It was simply the CEO coming out and saying this news that he was thinking. And we can see some more right here. The company's second quarter forecast for 25% year-over-year revenue growth was already below analyst estimates. The warning immediately hit other companies relying on advertising, and that was back then. That was the second quarter. Now we're going into the third, and the macroeconomic environment has deteriorated further and faster than anticipated. So this is him basically saying that the dooming recession is upon us, and not taking Snapchat, for example, lightly. As a result, we believe it is likely that we will report revenue and adjusted EBITDA below the end of our Q2 2022 guidance range. So he is saying that the next earnings report will likely report revenue and EPS below the low end. So he's saying that he's basically cutting the expectations and saying, here, Snapchat's not doing good, we're not doing good. It is likely that our earnings report will not be very good. And as a result, you can see in after hours it fell almost 31%. That went from 22 to 15 in just a couple hours. And this was no earnings. This was just him coming out and saying that. So with this comes the other social media stocks getting hit. Snapchat being the lowest, or the second lowest of the three. Then there's Facebook. You can see down 7% in after hours trading. And Facebook is a $100 billion, you can see right here, $500 billion company. So obviously it's going to get affected because it is a social media stock after all. Down 7% in this case is a lot worse than down 30% for Snapchat, because Facebook is just so large. And we could see the last and final social media stock, Pinterest, down 12% in after hours trading just around $20. And this is just from some news that the owner of Snapchat came out and said there was no earnings to be reported. So with this annihilation of Snapchat and other growth stocks, you can see that QQQ, which is the NASDAQ index fund, down 1.2% after hours trading, and that's just after hours. We're going to likely see even worse than that in the active trading hours tomorrow, just because Facebook was a large part of QQQ, as well as Snapchat and Pinterest, I imagine. But when like large company like that gets hit 7% after hours trading, most things follow suit. So no earnings came out. You can see right here, actually, the last earnings report was, you can see April 21st, and then now we have earnings on August 10th, and that is what he's referring to, that this will drastically underperform expectations. So right now, Snapchat's sitting at a price right around here. So that's where we're at. We are at pre-COVID levels, even before COVID, before the stock went from 15 to 100 to 83. We're back at 15. So do with this what you want, what you please. I imagine it's not a very bullish thing to say that your company is getting expectations below the low end of estimates for the next quarter. I'm sure that will hurt this business and a couple others related, such as Pinterest and Facebook. Let me know what you think in the comments. But hopefully you're not owning Snapchat stock at this moment. It's not been too pretty since around September of last year. So thanks for watching, and until next time.